Hey guys, good morning. I just wanted to do another market recap of what happened yesterday. We're going to be looking at the SPY, the Nasdaq, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and possibly just other, maybe possibly like Tesla, things like that. So I wanted to start off with SPX. So yesterday, our scenario three played out, a lot better than expected. From yesterday, I'm pretty sure I had it set up where I think it was from up here. I think from up here, from this spot in the morning. I think I actually had a three-way push. So it was basically this way. It was something like come back and retest, and then push up, or we basically just dump from here. And I'm pretty sure that in yesterday's video I said that scenario three was going to play out, which was this dump right here, and it played out exactly as I thought it was going. I mean, again, it was a probability, right? It could have played out really any other way. But I thought the most probable scenario was going to be scenario three, and we actually did end up breaking that trend, and we broke major support, and that's why we came down here. And I think that as of right now, we are starting to trail. So we came to these lows, we came midpoint lows of 396, bounced back up and looked at a retest right here at that 401.8 level here. And we retested this major support, and it does look like we're bouncing up a little bit. We actually created this minor trend here. I think we might actually keep pushing though, because for the SPX we are consistently running to the upside right now. I do think right now we do have a chance of dropping again and breaking this trend and falling even lower. As of right now, I still think 390 is more than likely going to hit sometime this week, next week. I do not think that we go to 411 or anything like that, something crazy. I do think there's only two things that can happen right now, though. I'm a little bit I'm like a little bit in indecision, because as of right now, everything does look like you'll probably go back to like here, like a 406 or something, right? Because right here, I really doubt it's gonna be like, I really doubt that this. I mean, I don't really care about all this movement here. It doesn't really matter to me. From this point on, it's where are we going, right? From this point on, it's where are we going? If we do bounce up to, if we do bounce up to, what is it called? Up to the bull side, on SPY, we either, push from here, go to like 406 or something, retest that, come back down, retest this trend or retest this major support, and then push to the upside, right? But you have to break that major resistance again. Second scenario would be us again breaking trend, just like we did yesterday, right? We had this trend up going up this way. We had this trend right here, right? Let me set it up so it's a lot easier for you guys. So we did have this trend here. We did have this trend, right? There you go. Broke to the downside, and now starting to make another little minor trend to the upside. And I think that might actually happen again today. Again, everything does look extremely bullish right now, right? Especially with I think Ethereum and the Nasdaq actually broke major-ish trend, right? So there's a lot of bull momentum, but I can't help but still be bearish, right? I need, in order for me to actually turn bullish and think that we're going to 406, we would have to break like 401, 400 on the SPY. You would have to have a clear break of this 401.8.91 level on the SPX. On SPY, that would roughly equate to like $400.80 or something, right? So you have to break these highs in order for me to think that we're going anywhere towards the bull side. As of right now, you're just basically just trading within this Darvis box, right? You're on trend, you're within this Darvis box, and personally, I actually think we're gonna break trend again and drop down to 390 sometime this week, right? And I'm saying that because we're essentially creating a perfect entry on the 15-minute. You guys can see this drop off right here, right? So it's consistently starting to get into sells. So it's starting to sell off a little bit. And what I usually want to see on the stochastic is, you see how this high is on the stochastic, and we have this high up here on price. The same thing, right? If we actually hit up here, we go a little bit higher, actually start breaking to the lower side now. That's pretty bad, because you did not break. You didn't go all the way to the highs of the stochastic, and you did not break these previous highs. So as of right now, if this closes on the bear side, reverse MACDs, I do see this dropping down back to trend. And then because we did drop back down to trend, I do see us going back to these lows of like 396 sometime today. But I did want to add a little bit into the NASDAQ, right? So that's for the SPY. That's what I think for the SPY. For the NASDAQ, we actually have a pretty clear, you're going to close this perfect bear entry on the NASDAQ in 10 minutes. So, and the bad part is you actually did not break, you did not break the highs, right? On the NASDAQ, right? So you have this high peak right here, high wick. So as of right now, you do have essentially, you are now trading officially on trend now, right? So I as of right now, because you did not break and you created a lower low, if we close this in 10 minutes, I do think we're coming back down to trend here, possibly, and then pushing back down again. So you're essentially trading, you're trading within a Darvis box, right? So let me see if I can set this up for you guys. So it seems like Darvis box within a Darvis box is actually right here, which is kind of insane. So this should be the decision factor right there, right? A Darvis box within a Darvis box on the 15-minute. So the bigger box is on the hour, right? This Darvis box here, whoops. I know there's a lot going on, but we have a huge Darvis box on the hour, and then you have a Darvis box on the 15-minute. If you manage to break these lows right here, I think we're going all the way back down to the low end of the Darvis box, and possibly breaking this trend back to the lower side, right? And again, we can do the same thing for Ethereum. Ethereum is trading roughly, it does not want to break the top of this Darvis box, and you already have, a lower high right here, right? So essentially what you can do is you can have this now be a new trend, right? Or a brand new Darvis box. Look at that, right? Brand new Darvis box or a trend, right? So it seems like it doesn't want to break out of this area for now, and in 8 minutes or so, roughly, it does look like it's going to be closing on the bear side. So as of right now, I do think I am bearish, quite possibly back to maybe like a 1530. And I should probably short again, honestly. I should probably look into shorting again. My position right now, we are at negative $484 in drawdown. I kind of want to open up some more shorts here because I do think it would probably be a good idea. And I think I will just do that now. So as of right now, if you guys can see here, I am officially short 50 Ethereum. And then for the SPS and the NASDAQ, I think I'm probably going to short for the NASDAQ. Let's do a 0.05. I don't want to be like too risk on. First of all, I'm already extremely over leveraged. And for the SPX, we'll do another 0.10 lot because I do think that we can still drop from here. So, and it's a really good position to actually open lot. So I'm extremely leveraged. You guys can see me doing that in like real time. So I do think that as of right now, if we're opening up shorts, right now we're basically trading on the range, right? You're basically trading the range of that Darvis box. Bitcoin, again, Bitcoin does look, where am I putting on my Bitcoin stuff? Here we go. We'll use this one. I don't care. Bitcoin on the daily has not broken its trend yet from August 15th, and the SPY has not broken its trend, right? But you do have big tech, or you have the NASDAQ, and you have Ethereum that broke its trend to the upside, right? But again, they are not climbing to the upside, right? They are actually starting to see a little bit of a drawdown. And you're going to be, like I said, you're going to be closing this this perfect sell entry on the 15-minute and 6 minutes. So this does look like it's going to come back down, and it does look like if you're going to short, usually create a Darvis box, and that's something that I show my Patreon members. Usually create a Darvis box, or you're going to short, do it on the upside. Don't do it down here. If you're going to short, do it like on the top of the Darvis boxes. So far everything is looking. How do you say? See, even the dollar looks like it's gonna rip, right? Look at that. You're essentially creating a perfect trigger soon. The last time you actually had this was right, the last time you had a perfect entry on the 5-minute was like right here. Did that not? Whoops. Can you guys hear it? Sorry for my background noises. I don't want to, do anything crazy. But, the last time you had a perfect entry on the 5-minute was right there. So I can't help but still be, I can't help but still be pretty bearish on the market, especially when you have, you're creating another perfect entry here on the dollar. I think today we actually have a really good chance at breaking these highs of the dollar at 109 and a half roughly, right? And it's kind of insane to think about because you're already starting to see that movement on the upside. Look at that. See, you're starting to see that movement on the dollar already, and it's bouncing off that 50 EMA. So I would take a long here on the dollar. Let me see if I can make this a little bit easier for you guys because I know there's a lot going on. There you go. So last time, again, 50 trend touch here. Yeah, so I mean, I'm expecting a couple of things today. I am actually still pretty, I want to say that I'm still pretty bullish on the dollar, continuously moving towards the upside. Sorry. And I do think that even though right now, it does look like, see, there you go. There's that little sell-off that we're talking about. So, again, it's just one of those things where, it wants to run up, but it doesn't have enough bullish momentum. And I think the pressure on the bear side is there because, ever since we closed the bear week, right? We closed it last Friday. I have to be biased towards the lower end of things, right? Like you have to have that bias, or I have to have that bias, because on the weekly, for the last, I don't know, the last year and a half, it's been perfectly right. So if you would have taken the short, you would have been short since $4.05. I mean, it would have been a perfect entry, right? It would have been a perfect entry every single time. And I do think that as of right now, we're still biased, or very biased towards the lower end. And I still think we have a long way to go on both the NASDAQ and SPY and Ethereum and Bitcoin to drop on the lower end. I think by next week, we might be back at lows at, for the NASDAQ at 1212. And then for Bitcoin and for Ethereum, we might, again, you might see Ethereum, or you might see Bitcoin back at 19.5 or 1900 exactly. It's just one of those things where it's like, yes, it looks like it wants to, run to the upside. But, the overall bias for crypto right now is down, right? And it just looks like it's gonna keep pushing to the lower end, right? And I have to be bearish because, Divergence is playing out exactly on the SPY, right? So far, Divergence Target is, I think, like 330, 320, something ridiculous like that. Is that actually going to hit? I don't know. It's supposed to hit by like early November, late October or something like that, right? And then again, 2 minutes and 26 seconds, you're going to be closing this perfect sell entry on the 15-minute for SPY. So as of right now, it does look like I'm going to be more bearish today than bullish. Don't think that we're actually going to push to the upside or break. If we break this 401, I'll be completely honest, right? If we break this 401 level, I think we're going to 406. Hands down, guaranteed, right? I'm like 99% sure, right? Only if you break that 401, though. If you break this Darvis box, again, you break that, I think we're going to 406, right? Easy. If you break this trend here, right? So there's two things you have to break. You have to break this trend, and you also have to break this support on the Darvis box. If all this breaks, right, I think we're going down to 391, 390 on the SPY. Really, it's either or, right? So if this trend breaks, there's like a 90% chance you're going to 391. If this high breaks to 401, like a 90% chance you're going to 406. So really, all you're doing right now is just waiting to see whether you break that 401 or you break trend to the lower end, and then that's kind of confirmation that we're going to 390. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.